How's it going, everybody? RyeSquad here today, and we are back with your Columbus Blue Jackets here in the 26-27 season, halfway through it, and boy, oh boy, things are going well. We sit atop the entire league at 41 games. We're on pace for 124 points on the season. Kent Johnson is flying, on pace for 112 points and 34 goals. And I really couldn't say that I feel like we're overperforming. I feel like we're performing like the team that we put together. We went out and got Pettersson in the offseason. We trusted that the defense would hold and remain solid. It did. Rensfeldt, we'll see if he can continue to grow. He's kind of plateaued. I don't want to say plateaued, but at 81 overall, I'd like to see him get a little bit better. Patrick Laine on the second line continues to do great. 50 points in 41 games. He is getting some power play time. Only 17 and a half minutes a night. Maybe something we need to look out for, but I want to squeeze all the good hockey we have left out of Johnny Gaudreau. This top line is just a monster, right? But we do have one player that needs to sit for this Ducks game, and that is Adam Fantilli. In the last one, he got injured thanks to the wheel, but it was only for one game. So Fantilli, we're going to go ahead and flip-flop him for probably, I mean, Justin Danforth gets us a +2 on this line still, so I'll just do the quick substitution for now. It's one game, right? We'll advance the day here. Can we beat Anaheim? We are going to win 3-2. I'd love to check the box score, but unfortunately, I can't do that. EA, come on. I just want to check the box score. Hopefully, there's a big franchise refresh coming very, very soon. I am happy with where the gameplay's at, but I'd like to see a franchise refresh. The whole mode, I think, just needs just redo it, scrap it, and start over. Something like that. I do like the fact that we can grow X Factors, though. But now we're ready to get through the end of the season. I feel like really in this one, there's nothing going to stop us. We're 31-9-2. We are absolutely flying high. And really, I couldn't ask for anything better with the way we're going here. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at our contracts, see who needs an extension and who we may want to make a decision on. And it's Pius Sutter, Tessier, Blankenberg, Sillinger, Danforth. Danforth, how did you do in that game? One game, one goal. He scored a goal. He might have scored. Did he score the game-winning goal? Tell me he scored the game-winning goal in the game that he substituted in for Adam Fantilli. I absolutely love to see it. He won 54.5% of his faceoffs. Holy smokes. One takeaway, no giveaways. What a performance from Justin Danforth. Danforth, not Danforth. But as far as players that we need to extend, Jet Greaves, probably. I mean, Tarasov, guys, our goaltenders, ridiculously cheap there for this season, which allowed us to go out and spend a lot this year. But it looks like next year, too, we should have a decent amount of money. Pius Sutter, if we offer him an extension, we have $2.1 million available. He wants less than $2 million. Do I want to do that? I guess we could, and then we just have to call up a lot of players in the system. But I don't think that's something we need to worry about mid-season here. I think that we can just continue to roll through it, and, you know, whatever happens, happens. So let's continue through the season, get up to the trade deadline, see where we stand. And really, this is the back half of the season where, unless things go catastrophically wrong, I'm not too concerned about what we're looking at going into the playoffs, right? I don't feel like we need a ton of additions. Maybe we get an older defenseman, maybe scratch Rensfeldt, but I don't want to do that, right? I want him to grow. I want him to play. I don't want to get picks, random picks. No thanks. 8-1 win. Wow. Followed up by 4-0. Those are two dominant wins against good Eastern Conference opponents. And we just continue to win more than we lose, and substantially more, right? It's not one of those that, you know, we win one, lose one, win one, lose one. It's not like we're winning 2, losing 1, winning 3, losing 3, right? We're not doing that. We are on hot streaks here when it comes to what we're doing winning-wise. And you can see we did lose every game in the week where I said we didn't really put on losing streaks, but we bounced back, and we're going to have, oh my God, 44, 15, and 3 as we get up to, we have 91 points at the deadline. The next best team is 84 with the Toronto Maple Leafs, but we have 44 wins, 15 losses, and 3 overtime losses. So we're doing this just winning. Oh my God. 91 points. We pretty much clinched the division. I mean, Washington is not going to come anywhere close to us. As far as goals for per game, we got 4.16 goals. Oh my God, we're scoring over 4 goals a game and allowing fewer than 3. Our power play is at 23.5%. Our penalty kill is at 82.7, which is second best to the New York Rangers. We are 21-8-1. at home, 23-7-2 on the road. I mean, guys, this is crazy. Kenton Johnson has 77 points at the deadline as well. Patrick Laine with 74. He's a plus 20. Johnny Gaudreau with 73. Elias Pettersson with 68. And, you know, like, you look at him like, oh, man, we spent all this money. We got Elias Pettersson, and he's number 4 on the team. Yeah, but he's still got 68 points and almost 30 goals at the deadline. Adam Fantilli is nearly a point per game. Boqvist with 51. I like to see that. I like to see some defensemen chipping in. Kirill Marchenko here. He's got 3 years left after this one with 41 points and 62. I can take that easily. Anthony Beauvillier playing on his contract extension 1 more year after this one. Chinikov playing well as well. Guys, this team is just continuing to roll. Rem Pitlick is the only minus player, but it's not even that bad, -3. Our defensive pairing, our top defensive pairing, plus 45, plus 40. They are just destroying teams. Boqvist with 51 points. Werenski with 13 goals. Rensfeldt is now a plus 4. He's got 21 points as well, so that, you love to see that. He's probably on pace for 30 points. Considering, you know, that would be almost 10 points more than he was on pace for last year. He really improved his game in his sophomore season. You know, we really love to see it here with Johan Rensfeldt. And then, you know, Damon Severson, we'll see. He's got 4 years left at $6 million. He may be somebody that I look to move on from in the offseason. I think he's got like a no trade clause or a no movement clause or something like that, but it might shift next season. It might be like 10-team no trade clause. So we'll have to give him to a good team. But we could still probably move him. And then in goal, Askarov doing fantastically, 915, 262. I mean, it's not dominant steal the show numbers, but I mean, if our team is his goal against average is almost 2.5. 2.62 is crazy considering just how many goals and points we are scoring. And I think we do have to give some credit to our brand new head coach. You know, the coaching scandal last season, we made it to the round 2 of the playoffs. And we had to fire our guy, but then we brought in Gail Nakamura, who is not the most flashy coach, but his teaching specialty is forwards, and his style is offense, right? So he's gonna continue to help push forward with our offense, and he did coach Seattle for 3 years. Not sure why they let him walk. He took a year off of coaching. No, he didn't. No. So basically, his contract expired. Maybe he didn't want to come back, or maybe they didn't want him back, but we brought him in, guys, and he's just absolutely high flying. He's already got a Jack Adams and a President's Trophy. He may be looking to add to that resume right there, and we got him for a good amount of seasons left. Now, I really don't think that we need anything at the deadline, right? I mean, we'll take a look at our trade situation. What picks do we have? What prospects do we have? Who's performing well in the AHL and who's not. But we have all of our picks this year minus our 7th. As far as goalies, right, we've got young goalies on the horizon. Greaves could come up. Kersh could come up. We've got Kilger and Taylor eventually can come up as well. I mean, Askarov is only 24, right? He's got that 4-year, $7 million deal kicking in next year. We're totally fine there. And then taking a look at the rookie skaters, Lidman here at 18. He's a 78. He is dominating the AHL. 51 points in 52 games played. He's not playing a lot of power play time, or he's not at least capitalizing on the power play, but 19 minutes to almost 20 minutes a night. That's what you love to see. Luutinen as well, another guy we drafted in the late first round, a playmaker, right? So he's in the first round of 2025, I believe. Yeah, so 2025 and 2026 are 2 first-round picks. Both of them playmakers. You guys can see Markku Lidman, though. Better puck skills and similar offensive awareness, similar defensively, right? So he's got a little bit better of a shot. He's a little bit more physical, it seems, despite being the smaller of the 2 players. I don't know. I'm very, very happy with Luutinen as well. He's got, how many points? He's only playing 17 minutes, so he's probably on the second line. And 38 points, 16 goals for a playmaker. I'm absolutely fine with that. So if we do have to let some of these guys go towards the bottom of our lineup, we can easily bring in Jukka Luutinen and Markku Lidman, not Marcus. We've got Wong as well. I mean, Wong is probably a guy that we can let go. Defensive defenseman at 20. Probably can see what we can get for him. Saaralainen, I mean, at 20, 70, yeah, he's fine there. But we do have 3 guys at the top here. Matichuk, who I'm very, very happy to say is producing well. 12 points, 7 goals, actually, in 14 minutes. Plus 11, though. That's really the important part here. I was taking a look at overall. I mean, McCown maybe could make it. I mean, some of these guys are guys that we've not drafted, but but signed in free agency, right? So how many of these guys? So there's Luthen, and we drafted him. How many of these guys have we drafted? It doesn't look like there's many near the top here. There's Saralainen. Yep, we drafted him in the second round. We took Ian Street. Yeah, it's just, it doesn't look like we have too much depth in the organization as far as picks, so maybe that's something we want to look for. I'm not sure who we would end up selling, but potentially getting some prospects or picks that we can go ahead and replenish, right? All of our young talent is here, right? Jirasek, 87 at 23. Oh my God, I didn't even realize he's up to an 87 with a couple X factors. He's got stick him up in quick pick. Holy smokes. And we're at $4.5 million for him. Oh my goodness. Adam Fantilli, still an 85 at 22 now. The question is he going to move past this 85, or is he just going to be a second line center for the rest of his career? We'll see. Too early to tell right now. Colorado stomped Florida, side note. And now we're going to go ahead and get to the trade deadline. I'm going to call as a conservative buyer. I don't see any reason to sell the farm for anything. We'll enter the trade deadline. See what's out there. See what's available. I kind of would rather look at like some of the young players. Like we'll go to all the way to the end here. Because I mean, our team is performing well. If we can give up picks for prospects, I would do that, right? Guarantee myself green, right? 19-year-old, 75, 6'3", 200 pounds. What would it take to get him from the Vegas Golden Knights? Chinikov, Pitlick, Severson, Suter, Pitlick, Matichuk, or Pitlick in 2/3. I could do the Pitlick in 2/3. Again, don't want to really give away anybody that's actively playing on the roster right now, simply because we're doing too well, and I don't want to make a trade, add somebody, do this, do that. I just want to let it ride. I'm going to stand pat. There's really nothing I see in need of an upgrade, right? We've got young defenders that could grow as the season progresses, as we get towards the playoffs. Nobody really that's going to... I'm worried about dropping off. And wow, not a lot of prospects on the board this year. So really, I'm just going to skip past the trade deadline, guys. There's nothing here for me that I think we need to add. It's just one of those, let's get to the playoffs. Let's see the final stats. Anderson and Ruzicka go to Vegas for 2 firsts and Severson? Not our Severson, obviously. We'll go ahead and edit the lines, just make sure that it didn't change anything. We didn't make any trades, so I don't think it would. It hasn't, it looks like. Taking a look at the defense. Yep, Severson's still there. I just wanted to make sure I didn't accidentally trade him. I did not. Jirasek here, wow, is crazy, man. If we move Boqvist down, we get a +1 there, but I don't really want to move him down. I don't want to move Matichuk up because we got Rensfeldt, so we'll leave it as it is. But Jirasek, I was worried about him potentially not growing at one point in the save. I don't know if you guys remember that. But honestly, right now, guys, it's pretty much, let's just simulate to the end of the season. Take a look at the stats. Take a look at who we will be facing in the playoffs. And potentially, you know, what we could see as our path to the postseason. Path to the cup, I should say. Road to the cup. Road to the finals, I don't know, you name it, but right now we are absolutely dominant right now. Versus Arizona, I don't know how we did. We lose back-to-back games there. We are 55-18-4. Overtime win there, a loss and a win against San Jose. We do beat them. And then against the New York Islanders, we win 9-1 to close out the season with fewer than 20 losses. That is crazy. Laine finishes with 99 points. Almost 100 points there for Patrik Laine, and he's playing on the second line, might I add. 122 points on the season. It is confirmed. We are going to be the President's Trophy winners by a solid 17 points. 10 more wins than the Colorado Avalanche in second, and 9 more wins than the second winningest team in the league. Only team to have sub 25 losses. Only 4 overtime losses. Points percentage of almost 75%. 4.14 goals 4.15 goals for per game, almost half a goal better. Well, I shouldn't say that. Quarter of a goal better than the Colorado Avalanche and the next best team, and the only team to put up 4 goals per game. And as far as goals against per game, we had the second best goal against per game in the league. Second to only the Montreal Canadiens, but guys, that's crazy. 4.154, 2.82 against. The power play percentage at 23.5, second best only behind the Avs. Then the penalty kill percentage, 90.7. Wow, for the Toronto Maple Leafs. You guys can see we're average. We're average on the penalty kill. Actually, we're below average. We're definitely below average on the penalty kill, but that's okay because we score enough to not make it a problem. And we finished with 30 away wins, 29 at home, 6-3-1 as we head into the playoffs. Let's go ahead and take a look at those stats for the players. Gaudreau and Laine tied at 99 points, 97 for Kent Johnson, and 92 for Elias Pettersson. So 4 players above 90 points. Fantilli with 79 and 81. Remember, he did miss that one game. Wonder if he would have gotten the goal that they gave Danforth, so maybe he could add 30, but he's pretty darn close anyway. Boqvist with 65. We'll talk about the defenders in just a second. Beauvillier with 58, so he does turn it on down the stretch, producing his best season ever with us, plus 24 as well. So as early in the season, I was worried that the contract may look bad. He certainly paid off come the end of the season. Kirill Marchenko didn't quite hit 20 goals, 48 points, kind of disappointing for him. Maybe a guy that, 50 points, I can't really complain. 20 goals, 50 points. Last season was clearly his best. A lot of assists, but really a guy that, I don't know, for $5 million a year for the next 3 years is worth it, potentially not worth it, considering we don't have anybody to really re-sign this year. Maybe somebody that we keep around and then move on from in the offseason while we go to re-sign whoever is expiring next year. We'll see. Pius Suter with 34, 23 points. Rem Pitlick did not fix his -3, stayed there basically since the trade deadline. 17 points, though, 10 goals. Really, everybody scored at least 10 goals besides Alexander Tessier, but he also finished with 24 points playing on the 4th line. That is crazy. Let's take a look at the defenders. Boqvist with 65, Werenski with 60, plus 58, plus 57. That's crazy. Rensfeldt with 27. So I said he was on pace for 30. Didn't quite get there, but certainly a really, really good season for him. Severson with 22 on the 3rd pairing. Jirasek with 21 and a plus 22 there. Clearly our 3rd best defender. Could become our 2nd best defender over Werenski. As soon as next season, he could become our very best defender. Play with Boqvist. We'd move Werenski down. Werenski, 1 more year left at 9.5, and it might be fine to move on from him in the, let him walk after that season, right? Because we got Jirasek coming. Guys, we could really keep this dynasty going. This could turn into a dynasty. We need to win a cup first, though. That's the big one. And Matachuk there having a good season as well. 9-1 for Askarov, 2-6-5. Tarasov, not the greatest season from him, but again, I can't complain too much considering he only played 20 games. Let's take a look at where we stacked up in the entire league for skaters. Nathan McKinnon, Mikko Rantanen, those are your top 2 point getters. Colorado were the 2nd best offensive team, and, obviously when you've got a 96 and a 95, both franchise players, that's going to happen. Austin Matthews and Kucherov are the next players, and then Alexander Ovechkin and Laine tied with 99. Bedard and Gaudreau also tied at 99 here. Connor Bedard, if you guys were curious how he's looking, we're in 26-27, so we had 23, 24, 24, 25, 25, 26. Now we're in season number 4. So after season number 4, Connor Bedard can finally buy a legal drink in Chicago. He's a 95, and he put up 99 points. He is disgusting. And only getting paid 9.87. I kind of want to go after Bedard. I kind of want to see what they would take to give me Bedard. Tage Thompson there at 97. Who scored the most goals? Well, it was Austin Matthews, putting up nearly 70 goals this season. Shot 18.2%. We didn't really have anybody up here. Our goals were pretty much spread across the entire roster, so I'll take it. Defensive-wise, Cale Makar. Again, this is kind of getting ridiculous that it's Cale Makar. Every season he's putting up 90 points, although I think this is going to be the foreseeable future for the actual NHL, so good luck, everybody else. As far as points are concerned, Boqvist is up there near the top of the league, minus Bedard. Plus 58, though, he is by far and away, him and Werenski, the best plus-minus. So our defenders don't really get points, but they're on the ice and doing good things. As far as goaltenders are concerned, obviously it's going to be Askarov winning the most games. Save percentage is not going to be Askarov. It is going to be Vejmelka with a 919. 914 is quite close, though. 265 is tied for the league lead in goal against average, so maybe Lucas Dostal will win the Vezina because he also has the higher save percentage, but a similar amount of goal against average. He did play 13 fewer games and won 18 fewer, so fewer shutouts as well. So I'm not sure. Maybe we've got a Vezina candidate as well. And as far as rookies are concerned. Francisco Lowe, the medium elite power forward that was taken in the first round just a couple seasons ago, had a great year, 56 points, 34 goals. Boris Zadorov and Roger McQueen. Oh, God, these names are fantastic. Boris Zadorov and Roger McQueen, as well as Francisco Lowe. That is great. Honestly, what a class of names. I absolutely love it. But we are the best team in the league. We win the President's Trophy. I'm sure our coach is going to win the Jack Adams because we had almost 60 wins on the season, 122 points, less than 20 losses. That is crazy. I'd like to say I could win Executive of the Year for putting this team together, going after Pettersson. But as far as what we're going to be facing, it's probably the Montreal Canadiens, who had the stingiest defense in the NHL. It will be the Montreal Canadiens. That is actually an interesting test. Our high-flying offense, and as well as the second-best defense, against their incredible defense, which was even better than ours. We'll see. We'll see what they're rocking. We'll see what challenges they pose. And speaking of challenges, it's time to spin the wheel. So here we are, ready to spin the wheel, see what the challenge is before the playoffs. This one could not be great, especially with how good things are going. We're going to have a 20% of a trade demand. We've had percentage chances at contract extensions, but who has got a 20% chance to demand a trade? Let's go ahead and spin this wheel. Who might want out? We'll see. Who's it gonna be? It's gonna be our goalie. Yaroslav Askarov has a 20% chance of demanding a trade. So let's go ahead. We'll go to Google. We'll go to RNG. We'll just throw that in there. And we got, again, reminder, 1 through 20. That would mean he demands a trade. Anything else, he does not demand a trade. What'll it be? 36. So our goaltender is not going to demand a trade. Thank God. Could have been really bad in the offseason if I had to go for a brand new goaltender, and he's got a 4-year, $7 million deal coming up. It's beautiful. This whole series has been beautiful. I really appreciated the support, so if you guys have liked it, make sure to leave a like. If you want to see some more, make sure to subscribe, and I will see you guys in the postseason.
It's a free-for-all before we fall. It's a free-for-all before we fall. Took some L's, but I guess you can't win them all. Getting busy, been so busy, but always keeping lit.